Okay, this is a very interesting question because we ourselves did not. What was that?
Hi everyone, my name is Amelia and I'm currently a third year economics student in the University of Malaya.
My name is Howie. I am a third year FSKTM student. My major is Information Systems and I just finished my internship and I am currently on this exchange program as well. A disclaimer before we head on to the questions would be we are sharing all of this based on our experience. So the situation or the procedures that you might go through might be different from what we went through. First question. We are currently in Seoul, Korea, and we're attending a 6-month exchange program in Sejong University. It is a 1-semester program and yeah, that's basically it. Next question.
Okay, for me, I actually chose Korea because primarily of the scholarship offered to me, which was from a Korean company, and also my side interest, self-interest. I want to explore Korea more, so yeah, that's why I chose Seoul.
Okay, and as for me, I voluntarily followed my girlfriend. I'm definitely not forced.
He didn't actually have a choice, so he said, oh, you can go anywhere you want, then I'll follow them. I'm like, okay, let's go then.
Definitely not forced. Alright, so let's move on to our first category of questions. Administrative and application process. The first question. Ding! First question. Okay, so the first thing that you will need to do would be to check your eligibility because some faculties in they don't allow exchange programs, and also you have to check with your outbound coordinator. I believe every faculty has one. And the second criteria is that you need to have at least 1 sem studied. That means you can't go into and say your first semester you want it abroad, and you need at least 1 year of studies remaining at the end of your exchange. That means by the end of this exchange program, I will still have 1 more year of studies. The third criteria would be that your CGPA must be 3.0 if you're on a 1-semester exchange program, and also 2.75 if it's a short-term exchange program, which is less than 6 months. The fourth criteria would be you must be free from any disciplinary actions, and also do take note about the other requirements such as language, credit transfer availability by the university and all. After checking your eligibility, well, after that, the very next thing that you would want to do is to apply via ISC. So one thing that you can do is always check your SISWA mail. I believe they are open right now for the upcoming fall semester. They have released a Google form and just fill it up and then they will contact you on what to do next. Once you receive the application form, fill it up and then you choose your top 3 host university choices. You have to choose 3 because when your first choice fails, ISC will proceed with your second or third choice. I won't go into detail after this because it is a really long process and the process will probably differ depending on the university you apply. But don't worry because ISC will definitely help you through the process.
So actually, you can go to this link here that shows a list of universities that are affiliated with and if the university that you desire to go is on the list, the tuition fees will be waived. If not, then most likely you have to pay for the full tuition fees for that semester that you join at your exchange university. You also have to take note of all the deadlines that they list out there. For example, like when you should apply and when you should go and approach the different universities as well.
How early? I would say 4 or 5 months prior to your exchange program. That means as soon as the application for your semester begins, you can start applying and gathering the necessary documents. So you just have to follow through every guideline and process. When we went through the whole process, ISC was very helpful with guiding us through it, and just cooperate with them, and I believe that they will be really helpful for you as well.
experience in applying for all this, I would say it was very complicated because we have to prepare all sorts of documents, like tons of documents.
We had to print all sorts of documents, run around and get things certified.
I had to fly from Kuching to KL and stay there for 2 months just to prepare for visa because the embassy is in KL, and to fly because
Well, that's for me.
and to fly because if I fly from Kuching, I have to transit in KL as well.
But anyways, one advice that I would give if you're heading to apply for all of this is that you need to clarify the procedure that you have to go through with ISC, with the embassy, and also clarify all of the documents that you need, get them prepared, get them certified early on. Because all of these documents, you have to use them repeatedly over the next few months, which can be quite a hassle if you don't prepare them early. So once I had my passport photo getting rejected because it's the wrong size, I had to drive out of the embassy, go to a nearby photo studio and get the right size printed. So yeah, you wouldn't want that kind of hassle when you're doing this kind of applications.
Yeah, so on top of that, you also have to prepare a lot of money because all these things cost, I don't know, like visa just cost already 200 plus ringgit, but we'll talk about it further in this video. And COVID tests also cost a lot.
So we've been spending a lot through the past few months leading up to this exchange program. And right now we're spending even more. Okay, so I'm not sure if this question is specifically for FSKTM, but what I understand is, yes, FSKTM undergraduates supposedly can only apply for their exchange during their 5th semester. Since I was supposed to attend this exchange last semester, and then COVID happened and everything got cancelled, she went on with her studies. I had to go for my 1 semester internship. But luckily, due to the worldwide lockdown last year, FSKTM allowed us to go for this exchange program as well. One thing that you have to take note, I also have to take note, is that there might be some disruption with our FYP and other study plans because I am actually going on this exchange program during my 6th semester. So if you can do it on the 5th, I would definitely recommend it. It's the perfect slot for your study plan. Right, next up, we are moving on to the budgeting and finance questions. I'm pretty sure this is a huge concern for a lot of students because as students, we don't have that much to spend. But don't worry, actually provides a little bit of support financially, and more on that later. We've only been here for 2 weeks and I don't really have much data to show you guys, but here's what I compiled from our seniors. For a 6-month exchange program in Korea, if you're not on a scholarship, it would cost around 10 to 15k, and with a scholarship, it would cost around 5k.
So this is actually a general budgeting that have been compiled by the seniors, but it still depends on your personal expenses as well, and your lifestyle and your budgeting plans and so on. So personally, I'm actually budgeting a 10k ringgit. Yeah, because I've got like scholarships and give me some money to spend. So hopefully it'll be under that amount, I guess. Yeah, so for daily spending, food is actually quite expensive because I don't know why, because maybe our currency is not that good. So far we're spending like 50 to 60 ringgit per person a day. That's like on average lah. As for the tuition fees, because we're on exchange with Sejong University, so we don't have to pay for even accommodation and tuition fees, so that's where we save up on. If you want to go traveling or go like buy a lot of products here, bring back merch, yeah, it might cost more than 10k. So on accommodation, a lot of you have been asking, is it provided and how much does it cost for us to stay here? Actually, we don't have to pay for our dorms because that's the good thing about Sejong. But we actually have to pay like a little amount for service fee, 30,000 Korean won. That's about 100 ringgit. That's quite affordable, I guess. A lot of you have been asking about our quarantine fees. The answer is no, we don't get sponsored for it. We have to pay for our own accommodation of 2 weeks of quarantine. We have to pay for our own food. We have to search for our own meals like food delivery, buying groceries, all online because we cannot go out. A lot of you are also asked like which universities provide free accommodation. Actually, we don't really know. But Sejong and Cheonnam University, both in Korea, are famous for free accommodation among students.
Sejong and Cheonnam are very popular choices, and from what I heard from my juniors that it's full already for the upcoming fall semester. Of course, it's no surprise that because they provide free accommodation, and Cheonnam, they provide free meals as well. So that's a big plus point. Who wouldn't want to go for that? Well, we have not been outside much. I think for the first 2 hours when we landed, and a few times going out to get my groceries, our meals.
Just at the doorstep.
Yeah, and if you want me to answer that, I can't really give you an answer right now. But looking outside, it seems that it is well controlled and people are really adhering to SOPs. I believe there's a rule that says no more than 5 people can gather together, which is a pretty good thing. But anyways, you can see that people are really out on the streets and things seem to be getting back to normal. Hopefully. Of course, they can do this because the Korean government is actually very good at all these different measures that they take. So for one, the government actually sends out notifications on COVID cases, so we will know where to avoid. And if you have seen the video of me getting poked in the nose and in the throat, you can see that there are very well equipped COVID testing booths set up at every district's health center, which is really good. They're just maximizing out on testings.
Okay, so we're basically living in a basement. Does it sound that bad?
It's actually not that bad. It actually is really cozy.
Okay, on my take, how does it feel like living in a basement for 2 weeks? I would say I forgot how the sun looks like because I cannot go out. It's a really small space. Like this is our living room, and our dining room, and our working room. Basically, this is the only common space that we have, and then it just leads out to the door right next to it.
Yeah, but if you want to say small, I wouldn't say it's small. We have 5 bedrooms here, and one of them can fit like, I'm not sure, 5 or 6 people. Yeah, there's even bunk beds and all that. I'm pretty sure we can have a party over here if we want to, if the government allows.
It's the maximization of space.
And one thing that really affects my 2 weeks here would be the lack of sunlight. And I struggle every day to wake up. I will sleep until, to be fair, I sleep at 4 a.m. and then I'll wake up at 11, 12, 1 or 2 p.m. Yeah, because there's no sunlight, I don't even remember what time is it sometimes.
Alright, now talk about the food here, because some of you have been asking how do we eat, right? What do we eat here in a basement? I would say that delivery service here is really good, top notch. Yeah, we eat simple meals with rice and kimchi and
Eat a lot of kimchi. Every meal there's kimchi.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, if you want to know if kimchi makes your poop turn red,
we don't want to know that.
I'm pretty sure a lot of you want to know that. Just message me and I'll send you a photo. Okay, this is a very interesting question because we ourselves did not... What was that? We ourselves did not know about the process until we had to go for it. Just be prepared that you need a whole bunch of documents from the offer letter and the cert of admission from the host university to prove that you are a student over here. And then using that, you can go and apply for this thing called My Travel Pass, which will allow you to cross police roadblocks and also go into QnA itself. And after that, you'll need your visa approved, flight tickets, and you'll need a negative COVID test which has to be taken within 72 hours of your flight. And with all of that, you can go and apply for your police letter, and that will basically get you to where you want.
Okay, first impression of Korea. The moment we landed, in my mind I was like, okay, it's very cold but it's very pretty. And before we landed, we can even see like the city lights from the plane. As soon as we landed, the immigration people were really helpful. They guided us through like all the stations that we have to present our documents. Everyone was helpful, but everyone speaks Korean here.
Duh.
We're struggling.
Duh.
can't speak.
Okay, so yes, I would agree that my first impression is language barrier is definitely a huge problem for us. But don't worry because I'm learning Korean. This is my 여자 친구 and she's very 예쁘다. Am I good? I definitely did not expect the food here to be so expensive.
Okay, so talking about food, right? I mentioned that the food delivery system here is excellent because they arrive ahead of the given time. Like for example, they told you that it'll be delivered to you in 20 minutes, but when they delivered, they have 10 minutes left of their time. Like wow, I had to eat 10 minutes earlier.
That does not mean they're on time though.
Okay, it means they're early and they're fast, efficient. They have a lot of excellent food that you cannot find in delivery apps that we know. They even deliver hot pot set for you, Korean barbecue set, and they have like wide choices of food, Asian food, Western food, Korean food, Japanese food, cake, ice cream, coffee, anything, like anything. Fried chicken, Korean fried chicken is a must try.
So credit transfer is actually possible, but apparently it is a very tough process. So you have to let the admin of check whether or not the courses are similar enough, and you have to also pay for a certain amount of fees. And from what I know is that paying the fees does not guarantee that you get to transfer your credits. From what I understand is that yes, you still can get first class, but of course, always check with your course coordinators, your supervisors in your faculty, and they're the one who would know best about your situation. Okay, regarding this, so we're really lucky to have this senior studying in Seoul. She hooked the whole batch of Korean exchange students with free SIM cards. And this program it's a bit complicated, but I'll be putting it up here for you guys to understand. Please pause it right now if you want to read it. But basically what you're paying is a 2000 won registration, which is about 6-7 ringgit. And after that, you only have to pay for the delivery fees of your free SIM card. But one disadvantage will be that you will have to change a new SIM card, and that means a new number every month. And how do you apply for that? Once you have received your confirmation from your Korean host university, just message me or drop a comment in this channel. Hopefully we are still alive, the channel is still alive. Yeah, and I'll just send you the contact number.
Some classes are online and some classes are doing physical classes. They actually have this third option called hybrid classes. But actually it depends on the number of students. Like for example, if your class is less than 30 students, they might conduct a physical class instead of just online learning. Also depends on your professor. Yeah, some they would prefer online. I would say no, you don't need to have Korean proficiency before flying here, because some universities actually give you this course to study Korean language and you may emerge from there. Of course, it's the best thing to know how to speak and read and write Korean prior to flying here, because it's a huge advantage for you if you can read anything here, you can order anything and understand everything clearly.
Alright, so that's all from us. Hopefully we have answered your questions, but if there's anything you want to ask, you can just drop a comment or message us personally, and we will try our best to help you out.
Okay, also on top of that, we're a new channel. This is only our third video, and we'd love it if you guys could give us your support. All you have to do is just like and subscribe to our channel and press the bell for notification, or drop a comment down below to tell us anything that you want us to know. Yeah.
She's been training that line. Oh man.
No, anyways, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye bye. Outro. Blooper.